first time cooking, and the hilariously unexpected ending. Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, I'm going to tell you a story that's part cooking tutorial, part cautionary tale, and all parts hilarious disaster. This is the saga of my very first attempt to cook a fancy meal to impress someone. Spoiler alert, it did not go as planned. It all started a few years ago. I just started dating someone new, and I had this brilliant idea to cook a romantic dinner. You know, show off my domestic skills. The only problem? I had zero domestic skills. My cooking experience was limited to instant noodles and toast. But how hard could it be, right? I watched a bunch of online videos and settled on a sophisticated-sounding dish, chicken parmesan with a side of garlic-infused pasta and a homemade tomato sauce. Ambitious, absolutely. A recipe for disaster. You have no idea. The big day arrived. I went to the grocery store with a list as long as my arm. I felt like a real chef, confidently grabbing fresh basil, heirloom tomatoes, and a block of Parmesan cheese. I even bought one of those fancy aprons. I was ready. I got back to my tiny apartment kitchen, put on my inspirational cooking playlist, and got to work. First up, the sauce. The recipe said to gently simmer the tomatoes with garlic and herbs. I, in my infinite wisdom, decided that gently simmer was just a suggestion. I cranked the heat up to volcano because I was on a schedule. While the sauce was aggressively bubbling and splattering all over my walls, I turned my attention to the chicken. The recipe called for breading the chicken breasts. Flour, egg, breadcrumbs. Simple en ougue. I set up 3 plates. The first piece went okay. The second piece, not so much. I somehow managed to drop it directly into the bowl of flour, creating a white mushroom cloud that covered me, the counter, and my very confused cat, who was watching from a safe distance. I looked like I just lost a fight with a powdered donut. Okay, deep breaths. I managed to get the chicken breaded and into a hot pan with oil. And when I say hot, I mean hot. The chicken hit the pan and the oil immediately went wild, spattering everywhere. I yelped and jumped back, using a pot lid as a makeshift shield like I was Captain America fighting a culinary war. A plume of smoke started rising from the pan, thick and black. The smoke alarm, my mortal enemy, chose this exact moment to scream its head off. So there I am, waving a tea towel frantically at the shrieking smoke alarm the chicken is, turning a very concerning shade of charcoal, and my tomato sauce has reduced to a thick, burnt paste at the bottom of the pot. It was chaos, absolute, unadulterated chaos. I quickly pulled the blackened chicken off the heat and turned off the stove, finally silencing the smoke alarm. I took a moment to survey the damage. The kitchen looked like a war zone. There was flour on the ceiling, oil on the floor, and a smell that was a unique blend of burnt garlic and shattered dreams. My sophisticated chicken parmesan looked like fossilized remains. The pasta, which I had completely forgotten about, had boiled over and was now a starchy, gelatinous blob in the pot. My masterpiece was a complete and utter failure. My date was due to arrive in 30 minutes. Panic set in. There was no way to salvage this. I couldn't serve this. This crime against food. I did the only thing a sane person would do in this situation. I scooped the entire burnt, gloopy, flour-dusted mess into a trash bag, opened all the windows to air out the smell of failure, and frantically wiped down every surface. Then, I picked up my phone and ordered the best pizza in town. 2 large pies, extra cheese, garlic knots, the works. When my date knocked on the door, I greeted them with a huge smile a spotless kitchen, and the delicious aroma of freshly delivered pizza. They walked in and said, "Wow, it smells amazing in here. You cooked?" And without missing a beat, I looked them dead in the eye and said, "Yep, I slaved away all day. It's my secret family recipe for Italian flatbread with assorted toppings." We sat down, ate pizza straight from the box, and had an amazing, hilarious night. I didn't confess my culinary catastrophe until our third date. Thankfully, they thought it was the funniest story they'd ever heard. And you know what the best part is? We're still together. And to this day, I am banned from cooking anything more complicated than toast. The unexpected ending wasn't the gourmet meal I had planned, but a much better one filled with laughter and honesty. Sometimes the biggest disasters make for the best stories and the strongest connections. It taught me that it's not about being perfect. It's about being able to laugh at yourself when things go horribly, hilariously wrong. And maybe, just maybe, it's about knowing when to just order a pizza. So what's your biggest cooking disaster? I know you've got one. Drop it in the comments below. I'd love to read them and feel a little less alone in my kitchen failures. If you enjoyed this story and want to hear more of my life's ridiculous moments, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. It really helps a lot. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.